So I'm not sure how far it is back to Tazewell coming this way. I don't think it rained, but this looks wet. I wonder if it's just all the dew. Tell you what, it feels cooler here. That's for sure. Yeehaw. Oh, and I did see a bear on this trip. That was kind of cool. I think it was yesterday or something, or whatever it was, that Mr. G 1965 and Wandering Yankee and Harley Moonrider, I think it was just them guys, and maybe Isaac, they went somewhere for a ride while I was riding the head of the dragon with Glow Chicks, and they said they saw a big old bear. I saw a bear today, but it wasn't that big. It was just, you know, just a bear, nothing big or anything. But it was, as I was coming around a curve, I saw it up ahead. It was in the road, and it saw me, and then just jumped up and ran up the side of the mountain, which is fine by me. I have no desire to get close to a bear and get an interaction with a bear. I see all these fools that go to, like, I don't know, Cade's Cove or whatever. They get into areas, the Gatlinburg area or whatever, where there's a lot of bear, and they'll get out and be not very far away from a sow and her cubs, and then try and get pictures, and they don't know how dangerous that is. I mean, people think that they're pets, and they're not pets. You need to give them space and give them, you know, some room. I know that Patrick did a video talking about some idiots that saw some bear cubs up on a tree where they could reach them. So they reached and grabbed them, pulled them down, and took pictures with them. And I don't know, you know, what happened to Mama. They don't know. Nobody knew what happened to the Mama. I mean, she might have gotten hit and killed, or who knows what happened. Might have been out foraging for some food, for, you know, trying to find something. I don't know what she was doing, but usually Mama's nearby. But they were messing with those cubs, and if Mama would have been around, you know, most black bears will leave you alone. If anything, they'll do a bluff charge. But you get one with cubs, and she will attack you, you know. And I've had enough interactions with bears that were frightening up in the mountains that I don't understand why people would take that risk. You know, they see it and they think, oh, we're on vacation and this is the Gatlinburg area or something, and these must be tame bears, paid bears. And I'm like, sorry, we don't have any actor bears. These are wild animals. You do something stupid, and then you get attacked and mauled, and you're bleeding all over the place, ripped apart, and then, you know, you and your family, oh, that's a vicious bear, that's a vicious bear, that bear needs to be put down, and you put pressure on the, you know, wildlife people to kill that damn bear because you're an idiot. Now, if I had any say in the matter, I would say, no, I'm not going to kill a bear just because you were stupid. Didn't have any problem with that bear until you started messing with her cubs, you know. Didn't have any problem with that bear until you started trying to get your camera in its face, you know, 5 feet away. Stare it in its eyes to see if it'll really make an aggressive move, and then it did, and it attacked you, and now you want the bear to be killed. Ain't working that way. If I had my say, it'd be like, well, sorry, and the state ain't paying for your hospital bill either. Your stupidity, your bills. That's just the way I feel. You know, you do something dumb and it's on you. It ain't on me as a taxpayer. You know, it ain't on the state or the city or the county or, you know, the national, you know, wildlife people. It's on you. You know, I know that when I was younger and used to compete in martial arts and stuff as a black belt, you know, you sign waivers, and it's common knowledge too that, you know, if you're at a world championship like we used to do in Little Rock, you know, someone kicks and it pops the edge of your eye, and your eye pops out of the socket and dangles there by your optic nerve, which has happened to folks when we were there. You know, you can't sue anybody. You know, it's martial arts. It's a dangerous activity. You know, you do it, and it's like, you get hurt, it's on you. Well, you know, if that's expected out of people who do martial arts, then if you're messing around with wild animals and you get tore up, man, that's on you, buddy. That ain't on me. If your mom and them didn't teach you to be any smarter, well, that's just the way it goes. Let them pay for it. And and I said your mom and them, it just dawned on me I said that, and I know some people, they get bent out of shape when I say something that other people they know on YouTube say. But I try not to talk like that, because I was always taught don't have an accent and don't say and it's yes and no, and you know, your mother and them, or your mother and whoever else you're involving, you know. But your mom and them, that was just part of my vocabulary as a kid. Same with and And now I said one time in a video, and somebody got on there. I don't remember who it was. I don't think it's somebody that watches me anymore, but that's fine. But they said, what are you doing? That's Mr. G 1965's catchphrase. You trying to steal his catchphrase? And I just laughed, because I thought, man, you know, I'm like 8 years older than Mr. G 1965. I was saying before he was even born. And same with Doyle. People say, you know, well, he says, how's your mom and them? You know, well, that's just a common saying. But, you know, if you haven't heard it before, and you think, oh, that's a Blue Bike and Doyle thing, well, now he may do it more than anybody, and he may be associated with that, but it doesn't mean nobody else does or can say, how's your mom and them, or your aunt and them, or whoever you're talking about and them. You know, I'll say that to Gordy sometimes. I know some of his friends that are, you know, local friends, and you know, I'll say, how's Bo and them, you know, and I mean, how's Bo and his family, and David and Kay his wife, and you know, whatever. How are they all doing? And instead of saying how's Bo and David and Kay and adding a list, I'll just say, how's Bo and them? You know. So if you hear someone else say it, nobody's trying to steal anybody's saying. A lot of us, including myself, like I said, have been saying that longer than they are old. I just don't say it very often, because every time I talk like that, or every time I have an accent, I hear my mom and my dad and my grandpa telling me to speak clearly and all that. I'll share that sometime in a video. But anyway, how's your mom and them? Yeehaw. All right, whatever. This sure is a pretty ride coming out this way. This is going to run me right up into Tazewell, and I don't know, I'm getting powerful thirsty, so when I get up here I might just go get me a Coke. Another name for what I actually drink is Dr. Pepper, but in Tennessee everything's a Coke. Oh, it's starting to rain some. I'm getting wet, boy. That cold raindrop felt good. But everything in Tennessee is a Coke. I mean, I know sometimes folks will go in and they'll say, they'll say, what do you want to drink, the waitress? And it's like, you know, if it's a local waitress, you know, she'll say, what do you want to drink, sweetie? And the guy will say, get me a Coke. I want a Coke. And then usually they'll say, well, what kind? We got Sprite, 7-Up, Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola. And if he means a Coke, he'll say a Coke. Or he'll say Dr. Pepper like I usually do. But sometimes I'll go into McDonald's, get something to drink, and I'll say, yeah, I'm really thirsty, I could use a Coke. And they're like, oh, you want a Coke? And no, I want a Dr. Pepper. Oh, well, you said Coke. Well, I know, but I'm from Tennessee, everything's a Coke. It's starting to rain. I hope this road don't get too slick while I'm on here, because it hasn't rained in so long. This will be slicker than a baby's greased up butt. All right, Motor Warriors. Well, I don't know how much of this I'm going to air. I might air it in pieces. I might not air it at all. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, and if you'll even watch. But whatever. Boy, it's pretty down there, ain't it? I bet there's some bears down there. Oh, no wonder why I'm lugging. I was in the wrong. I didn't realize I went up for that gear. I was daydreaming and thinking about my youth as I was telling you about stuff with my family. But anywho, remember to live your life with the heart of a Viking warrior. Bye for now.